What's going on, everybody? Deacon here. And last week I asked you guys, should I do a Q&A? Well, you guys provided the questions, so here are my answers. What editing software do you use? What type of camera? The type of software that I use, as you can see, I use the Cyberlink PowerDirector 12 Ultimate. And as for the camera, I use a Canon 70D with a Sigma 18 to 35mm f1.8 lens for Canon. Who inspired the type of content you do on your channel? The people who inspired me to do the type of content I do for this channel is the people that I've met over my lifetime. I've had a lot of people give me a lot of wisdom because they had many different experiences. So I figured I was going to do this channel the same way and treat it more like a buffet. Because you know, with a buffet, you look at some food and you might say, nah, I'm only going to get this and that because I don't really eat too much of this other stuff. While other people may say, ooh, I'm gonna get some of this, some of this, some of that. Ooh, I'm gonna get a little bit of this too. I'm making sure I get my money's worth out of this. And that's how I wanted to treat this channel. I wanted to share my life experiences that not only I learned, but also that I got from others, so that anybody who's watching my channel or anybody who's watching my videos can pick and choose what they want to apply or possibly use for their own life. Because if this little bit of information will help them get closer to their goals or put them on the correct path towards their goals, then that means I did my job, which was to inspire people, to add wisdom to their lives, and to avoid making certain mistakes. Because everybody's going to make mistakes. But I learned with some mistakes, they can be avoided if you have the right information. What sparked the idea to start this YouTube channel and invest in the equipment to produce these videos? Did you already have a background in production? What started the idea for this channel is I had a conversation with my father-in-law, and we were talking about just the different things that are important for making a healthy marriage and a healthy relationship. So I figured instead of just sharing that amongst my coworkers, I was gonna upload just this one video on YouTube talking about that. But then after doing that video, one idea led to another, and I just kept on going. As far as investing in the equipment for this channel, I was looking at different YouTube videos to see how to start a YouTube channel, and everybody was going the DSLR route. So I ended up seeing a review for the Canon 70D and this particular Sigma lens that I saw, and I was blown away by the review. So I said, you know what, I'm gonna go ahead and go with that combination. Now, of course, in hindsight, if I was to do this all over again, I would still stick with the lens that I bought, but I would have bought a cheaper camera like a T3i or T5i or something like that, because the type of content I do, even though the Canon 70D has a dual focus and it has some pretty cool features with it, for the type of videos I do, I don't necessarily need it. And as far as having a background in production, nope. With this channel is the first time I've done videos like this, skits like this, and using an editing software. Trust me, it was a lot of trial and error. Do you have a long-term goal for this channel? Where do you see this in 2 years? I really don't have any long-term goals for this channel. I hope to still be around or be on YouTube 2 years from now, because you never know what can happen. But I really don't have any long-term goals except for just to continue to keep doing what I'm doing and hoping I can just continue to inspire or give insight to whoever may be watching. And are you willing to do any collaborations with a fellow YouTuber, and with whom? Yes, absolutely. Now, I've already done 3 collaborations. I've done one with Junie86, I've done one with Casio Logic, and I've done one with LaGuardia Cross. But I'm definitely open to doing collaborations with other YouTubers. And if I had to be more specific, because I don't want to name too many names because there's just so many of you all, but I'll say this. If you're a small YouTuber and I've commented on just about every video you've uploaded since I've subscribed, I'm definitely willing to do a collaboration with you, whether it's going to be featured on my channel or if I'm going to be featured in one of your videos. All you got to do is hit me on my inbox and Twitter, and we can go from there. Matter of fact, I even got an idea for a video too, but we'll see how that goes. In your last video, you told us you were starting a new job. How did you prepare yourself for that change? Pretty much how I prepared myself for this position, as I told myself I was going to walk into it eyes and ears wide open, ready to learn anything new, and also not to limit myself this time around. Because on some jobs, you learn what you need to learn to do the job, and then that's pretty much it. But I told myself I'm gonna learn what I need to learn to do the job, but then I'm also gonna go above and beyond. So another certification I'm gonna be working towards, because they use a different operating system. So I gotta learn Linux, but I'm looking forward to it because it's not only gonna be something I can add to my resume, but it's also something I can use to help advance my career and make me that much more well-rounded. How were you like growing up? I was shy, quiet, reserved at times, a sore loser. I hated to lose. and I was semi-spoiled by my dad. But most importantly, I was an observer growing up. I was always watching what people were doing and seeing the pros and cons from some of their actions, and made my own decisions saying, you know what, that's not the route I want to go, that's not the path I wanted to take. And it ultimately helped shape me, even from a young age, to help me become the type of guy that I am today, and to be open to listening to elders who have wisdom instead of those elders who were just talking some crazy stuff. Because as a kid, you hear some adults say some pretty off the wall stuff. What is your fondest memory? Now, obviously, with a question like this, I will answer by saying the day I got married or the day my kids were born. But my fondest memory is when I was about 4 or 5 years old. It was me and my dad in his 2-bedroom apartment, and he looked at me, gave me a hug, which was a big deal because my dad's not a very affectionate person. But he gave me a hug and he told me, he said, son, I always love you, and it's gonna be me and you. I'm gonna take care of you the best I can, and I'm never gonna leave you. My father didn't leave me, so I'm not gonna leave you. And for me, that was a big deal because it laid the foundation of how I was gonna view myself and how I wanted to be as a father. That's why I could never fathom not being in my daughter's lives unless something's wrong with me where I'm an endangerment to my family or I'm no longer breathing. Aside from that, they're gonna see me, and they're gonna see me a lot, even when they don't want to, especially when they start dating. But that's all I have for you guys. So hopefully you guys enjoyed my first Q&A. If you did, click the like button. And as always, be wise. And until I see you guys next time, have a great weekend.